little birdie. Don't feel down. Come and perch on my shoulder. Don't be shy. I'll show you around town. Really? No wonder they never pay attention to me. Forget it. I probably shouldn't be anthropomorph. Haven't seen you in some time. To which one of the Animo Archon's winds do I owe the honor? Oh, is this your way of saying that you missed me? Since it wasn't meant to be with this little birdie, I'd... If you're wondering why I'm here, Jean's been worrying about trade safety recently. I discovered this when I unwittingly burst into her office to save the day. Another job involving long-distance travel falls to me. I suppose it's my own fault for having such a strong sense of duty. Still, on the bright side, business is now taken care of. And I have unused travel funds, so I was planning to...
Gundafar, we are in the middle of a war. Your place is at the front lines by my son's side. Pray tell, what provokes your unwarranted return to the palace?
A matter of utmost importance, Your Majesty, such that I must personally report it to you.
Huh. Outdoor theater. Looks fun. Yes. Here's what I was thinking. Given that the acting Grand Master saw fit to allocate these funds to my trip in the first place, I think it's... In other words, what do you say we find a way to spend perhaps a fancy meal at a nice restaurant? Or a river cruise that takes in the sights of... Hey, no need to put it like that. The rules of the Knights of Favonius state that any and all expenditures during a business trip are counted as travel expenses. That's more than enough justification to live a little. Of course, with me being here on my own, it was looking like a wasted opportunity. But now that I've run into you, why don't we make this a joint trip?
Feel free to look around.
You're always so busy. It's high time you gave yourself a proper... And anyway, life is short, so we should make the most of the time we have. Right? Great. Music to my ears. I'll cover the travel costs, of course. There's nothing more enjoyable than the company of a... Now, let me think where we should go. How about Liyue? I'd be heading past there on my way back to Mons. Well, lucky me. Liyue's Ministry of Civil Affairs frequently... I don't have much luggage, so it won't take me long to pack. Give me a moment.
You want to learn some Favonia's blade work? All right then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you all right. Mark my words. Knights and aristocrats share the same cultural heritage. But the...
I've heard that there's lots to see and do in Liyue, but I'm sure you're more familiar with the place than I am, so I'll leave the itinerary to you. Excellent. Well, it's such a satisfying feeling. Who knows who we might cross paths with? We might even end up... Do you know this shop? It looks pretty nice from the outside. Shall we take a look?
Welcome to Mingxing Jewelry.
Let me see. Ah, some nice jewelry. What do you think, traveler? See anything that suits my style? I trust your judgment.
Ah, you're interested in souvenirs. If you're looking for a specific design, we can make it...
Oh, that's a pity. I'm just visiting.
No worries at all, sir. If you're looking for something off the shelf, why not go and see Mr. Shurto at the Jade Mystery? He also... Exactly. But there's no risk in purchasing... I won't... It's only human nature to spend a little... The Ministry of Civil Affairs takes...
I think that's sound advice wherever you go.
Join the Adventurers Guild.
Welcome! Looking for
Uncut stones. Ah, yes, we were just briefed on that.
I believe I detect a quine. Feel free to peruse at your leisure. I think you'll find that everything I do here is... Sure, you can bet on Jade and lose if you're unlucky, but my terms are clear and...
Sounds perfectly reasonable. At the end of the day...
Yes, exactly. I'm glad. Anyway, betting on Jade is what it is. I'll leave you to browse at your own pace now while...
Amber-colored jade? Why not? This is a quirky little place. Somehow, I'm inclined to entertain him for a bit. Well, if you're not interested, then I...
Ahoy there, Captain!
What, a poor sailor like me?
Hey! Keep your voice down. Can't you...
I mean, you want the full list? Or Captain Kaya, what, brings you to Liyue?
Oh, just taking a short trip with my friend.
Yes, it's...
Anywhere you'd recommend I visit while I'm here?
Let me think. Wanmin Restaurant's always a pretty good bet. Chef Mao's daughter's is... And, speaking of my wife...
Your wife? Ah, yes. How is she doing these...
Very well, thank you. Very well. Anyway...
All right. See you. Ah, I finally remembered who that was. Captain Wu. He runs a transport business between Mondstadt and Liyue.
I see. So you went through that whole conversation with... Old Wu's usually quite the chatterbox, so... It's very unusual for him to just take...
Nope, that's not it. It's pretty straightforward, honestly. The captain was making a delivery to Mondstadt when his ship's...
Well, it still seems strange to me. His eldest was once playing on that big rock over there. I'm just surprised he was so quick to
Well, stubborn, I can believe.
Someone drilled a hole in his ship? His line of work isn't easy. Competition is fierce these days. Anyway, I digress. We merchants protect our good...
I am an upstanding member.
Since you asked about recommendations earlier, if memory serves, they're just about to reach...
Huh. Sounds interesting enough.
More speed.
Huh. So this is the who you...
Ah, we meet again. What a coincidence. Twice in one day. Oh, that didn't take me.
Woo, weren't you just at Wanwen Bookhouse buying a book?
Shh, just leave it be, Aunt Jong. There's no need to embarrass him right in front of it. I take it that you two aren't from around these parts. I'm a caravan guard.
Oh, seems like the tea house is... Did you manage to get something for your daughter just now, Captain Wu?
Yes, thank you. If it weren't for you...
I'm so lost, Woo. What's the story here?
Your wife's originally from Mondstadt, isn't she? Did you run into Captain Kai?
The latter. Oh, this is so humiliating. Anyway, back when my wife was pregnant, we were taking a trip to Mondstadt to visit her parents.
Oh, that sounds awful.
I mean, he's still here, and he's still got all...
Yes, he did. Thankfully, my wife was injured and quite shaken up.
So, what?
Huh? What did you jump in the...
No, that's not... I did...
They did what?
The treasure hoarders always move in groups.
Captain Kaya, please. Yet, despite that, I somehow only ended up humiliated. They tossed me into the water to humiliate me. What I'd intended was to pretend to drown. That was before Captain Kaya, but God knows what they did with my clothes.
So, what happened?
I made it to the winery, but the maids know after my wife recovered consciousness, she...
Oh, Woo.
Ugh, good luck living that...
Trust me, I know. My wife...
I'm sorry, Captain.
It's fine. It's my own fault for thinking I could still, it won't stop me from trying. In fact, they do serve some food here, too, but it's not the...
I wonder how much Fanaria... I wonder how much...
Oh, poor Woo.
He really didn't have to share all the details of that story. But since he didn't... I did actually forget it first. But once he brought up his daughter, the memory of his naked... D-Luke thought some pervert was harassing the maids. So many people owe me favors nowadays. It's hard to keep... Hey, you didn't think I was being... I just helped the guy out on a couple of occasions because I happened to be in the right place at the right...
I'm back with fruit. Please, help yourselves, everyone.
Thank you.
Oh, don't mention it. It's just once my new pharmaceutical business takes off...
Pharmaceutical business? So you...
shipping's impossible work nowadays. I'm gonna become a partner of Boo Boo Farm. It's specially formulated to treat season... I've suffered from it myself. It's a good cause. And a stable source of income.
That's impressive, Woo. I wouldn't have...
Oh no, not Dr. Baiju. Actually, he gave me a few of his traditionally formulated...
Dr. Baiju's...
Yeah, I told him I'd be in... He said that he shouldn't really be handing out free prescriptions.
But I got chatting with Dr...
Huh? Why would he say something like that?
Captain Wu, where did you meet this?
Just out on the street?
Hold on a second. I just remembered. He spent a lot of Mora on it, but when he brought it to Boo Boo Pharmacy, this Baifuzu you met.
He did.
If I may, Captain...
You're right, Captain Kaya. A quick...
He left in a hurry. He must be stressed...
Hey, let him deal with this, okay? I'm no Dark Knight hero. Or martial arts hero, for that matter. Wait. Where are you? Either way, Liyue has its own rules and regulations. We came here to enjoy our...
It is said that the sky's the limit for the yet fate fortuitous found him...
Is that all? I was hoping to hear... It was all right. I suppose...
Oh, I see the show is over. Yeah, I saw Dr. Baiju.
Then what are you waiting for? Don't just stand there. You need...
Hold on. Let's not...
Well, I'd arrange...
Okay, so you've got another...
I've got no one... Young lady, you're a good person. The consequences are mine alone to bear.
It's obvious, isn't it? He needs... I'm quite curious. There are countless victims of injustice in the world. We can't try to help each and... Oh, I'm genuinely flattered. But we both know that I'm not that kind of person, really. Your logic is very straightforward, but I like how you think. So I'll... Captain Wu, how would you feel about owing me one more...
I'm sorry, Captain Kai?
Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I found a way to recover your Mora that would leave the man who defrauded if it could be done. And the only...
What exactly are you getting at?
The Traveler here is adamant that you should ask me for another favor.
Captain Kaya, young lady,
All right. All right. Then it's settled. Per our... You're here. You've got nothing to worry about. Before I toss the coin, I'll get...
Hello. Are you waiting for someone? As long as you follow...
More speed.
From the way you describe it, Liyue does sound like all that awaits me back in Mondstadt is a horde of insufferable sycophants. True.
I understand. For one as ambitious as yourself...
What are you doing? It's common courtesy to introduce yourself. Can't you see? They're running out of tables, huh? Looks like this location's getting too small.
So, my friend, what's your name?
Here is the tea that you ordered.
Ugh. Mr. Bai, this has been a most pleasant and...
Yes, good fortune indeed. In that case, I must thank you.
You there. I'll get yours too. Oh, you can't tell? My family's lived in Mondstadt for generations. I got bored. The sights of Liyue Harbor are rather spectacular. I've half a mind that would be quite nice. If the family... And? The point of life is to enjoy yourself.
Mr. Rich, just to clarify, that's quite a large sum of Mora as far...
The name's Albert. Surname Rich. But only the servants in the house address me as Mr. Rich.
Albert does have a nice ring to it. It is my...
You flatter me. What say you to acting as my guide during my time in Liyue? I'll pay you handsomely, of course.
No need, my good friend. I shan't be so vulgar as to join a noble gentleman on his travels is a...
You there. You're welcome to join... Guhua, huh?
Yes, well, there are many martial arts clans and factions and...
Ha, fair enough. Still, weird name. Seriously, though, what kind of skills do you guys train anyway? It's all for show, right? I already told the server to put it on my tab. Don't bother getting her to split the bill. It'll only complicate things.
Young lady, there's no need to take things so seriously. Why don't you...
Are you trying to make a point by throwing my generosity back in my face? All right, then. What if I...
please, my friends, let's not get so worked up. You young people have hot temper.
Did I hear that right? So, no, what I find truly absurd is your refusal to play fair. I demand that you also pay for 3 if you win. Fine. You can have your apology if you win.
Well, as long as you're no longer raring to...
Why do you join us, Mr. Bai? Let's entertain this gal for a sec.
But I...
What are you trying to say, Mr. Bai? Whose side are... And anyway, it's no big deal if you win. It's just a few...
all right then. I suppose it's not all that different from the dice gambling games I used to play in my youth. If it's just for...
All right, now we're talking. Okay, now that we've agreed on the rules, how should we do this coin toss? After all, well, that should be simple enough. Here, I'll take this...
Young lady, I can see that you... I, too, only met this Mondstadt millionaire. In the real world, you've got to... You young people...
Just so we're clear, let's say the marked side is heads, and the unmarked side is tails. Everyone has... We should also take turns tossing...
Sounds fair to me. Why don't you...
All right, then, I'll start us off. Here we... Oh, wait. I nearly forgot to collect everyone's bets. Mr. Bai, heads or tails?
I suppose the choice is arbitrary since it's a 50-50 chance. I'll go with tails.
Let me think. I'll also go with tails. What about you? Heads or tails?
Oh, darn, I won. Lucky me.
I won as well. Guess there might be a form of... I have a suggestion. I flipped the coin last time, so why don't you go...
Now just wait a second, my dear friend.
Oh? Anxious to...
You are both young, and I've already seen your short tempers for myself. Well, that's not my only consideration, either. In dice games, people... If Albert wins the next round, if that happens, on a purely hypothetical scenario, of course, but...
Very diligent of you indeed, Mr. Bai.
A rigged coin will always be a little heavier than a normal coin, you see.
What's your bet this time?
I'll stick...
Tails, huh? Well, you seem to have a feel for this, so I guess I'll
Well, my luck's still just about holding out. The 3 of us are now top.
Well, here...
It's a...
That's...
you make a good point.
Okay, and now it's my turn to guess. Not that the outcome matters either way to me.
Why did it have to be heads? This whole... What's...
Sure, why not? I'm having fun. I can go for as many rounds as you want. What a miserly person.
But, Albert... Oh...
Oh, come on now. No need to walk on eggshells here.
Sure.
Well, here's the coin. Wouldn't it defeat the whole purpose of betting if you...
All right. It'll... Ooh, looks like Rex Lapis has smiled upon...
Look at you getting so giddy over some chump...
Well, and that...
Sure. Let's up...
Oh, maybe that...
What, 50,000?
All right.
Great, then I'll bet heads. No take back.
Oh, how unfortunate. Albert, I'm terribly sorry, but as it happened...
Advance payment?
This day, just getting better.
Just 50,000? That's not...
Huh? What are you talking about? I think you'll find that our bet was for 50,000.
No, it wasn't. The amount was 1 million.
1 million? Are you insane?
I'm being perfectly serious.
You're lying through your teeth. Hey, huh? What the? I'm not deaf, you know. I swear I heard 50,000. Wait. Oh, I see. You two are in this together. I never met either of you before today, and out of nowhere you huh? Do you have any idea who you're trying to cheat? I know all... Well, don't you try to celebrate just yet. Do you really think that frauds? Frauds, I say! These...
How pathetic.
What is going on here? If you can't abide by our rules, you're not welcome at Yenshang Tea House. I don't care what the issue is. You don't get to make a racket like that in here. Halberd! Fang!
Wait, don't throw me out! These two con artists are trying to steal my Mora. You can't let them get away with it.
Well, let's take this somewhere else. Okay, you two. Care to explain?
Gladly. He won 250,000 from me, then another 800,000 from the both of us. Now...
Okay, so after settling up, a total of...
It's a complete pack of lies. Hostess, if you don't believe me, ask anyone else in the tea house. These kids was...
Sorry to interrupt you all, but you're witnesses to the situation here.
Oh, thank goodness you're finally here. What took you so long?
Leave me out of this. I want nothing to do with gamblers and scammers. Please, just bring me my check.
Our new owner laid down the law not too long ago. We turn a blind eye towards casual games of dice, but there is zero tolerance for any explicit gambling with real Mora. Return any winnings to the party you took them from, and we'll say that none of this ever happened. Otherwise, I'll have to bring in the Millilith. And I can assure you that they take a more hard line on this kind of thing than we do.
Why should I have to give them any Mora? I don't have any Mora on me.
Oh, but I think you do. 2 investments, was it? One of them to the tune of exactly 1 million as it happens. Oh, and don't forget you still need to pay the tab.
You... Wait. How did you...
Halberd! Fang! There's a gentleman here that I'd really like you to meet.
Please don't. I'll pay, all right?
This was never your Mora to be... What did you think, Captain Wu? Could you...
Yes, everything.
Woo. This was your doing, wasn't it? You and this Mondstatter, along with that blonde one. I know where you live, and I know what your wife looks like, and your pretty little daughter, too.
Who'd be scared of a crook like you?
Well, let's see how...
Oh, look at that.
Don't you two get cocky either. Just you...
My apologies for having to leave this question until you'd vacated the... I noticed that all the guests on the second floor were present. Would I be correct in saying you were...
Wait, so you saw through it right away?
Under normal circumstances, we would never tolerate a scheme. However, I understand that our owner holds...
Ah, as I thought. Over to you, brave hero. You're...
Okay. I understand...
Well, Captain Wu, remember what I promised you? What do you think?
Excuse me, come... Yes, that's him all right.
Wait! Where's your F...
You can't talk your way out of this one. Does the plaintiff have any witnesses? You got tangled up in this too, huh? In that case, please come with me. Don't worry, we won't take up too much.
Hey, keep your hands off me. I'll cooperate. I'll cooperate.
Thank you so much.
Well, I have an idea.
Let me think. Now, where...
Sounds fun to me. Well, this was wouldn't be much. You still need some practice to master the technique, but luckily it... A better question to ask might be... My answer would be that I tell the coin a joke every time... Of course, this whole arrangement hinges on a Yeah, I was a little surprised when he unwitting... A good gambler always keeps her options, so when I went to the counter, that safely avoided any risk of him finding out But hey, what does it matter? The fact that he made, especially listening to him warn us about as long as I chose the same bet as him.
You two are genuinely the smartest people I've ever met. I'm no intellectual, so... Well, we were just ordinary. If there's anything I can ever do...
Oh? You see, there are two kinds of... My informants have to fulfill whatever requests I make. And you're torn again. Too afraid? Well, it's okay. Because This is the regular coin I prepared. If it's heads, we're friends. But if it's tails, you're at my beck and call.
So?
What do you think? What does your heart tell?
I understand now. You...
More speed.
Gundafar, we're in the middle of a war.
A matter of utmost importance.
Huh. Outdoor theater. Looks fun. Actually, yeah, they were desert dwellers. Come on, let's go watch.
Your Majesty, not only has God bestowed the throne upon you, but your Thrasiav's brazen ambition is my king. This battle has finally... His Highness the Prince and I believe this peace...
Ah, it's the tale of Prince Kubad. Ever heard this one? Don't worry, I still remember. The main characters are the brilliant prince. When the prince was young, the king was miraculously. The prince, now uneasy in the presence. This is the part where the prince has won the war.
Frossyov lost, because once the bells of war have begun to toll, if Kubad still wishes to be...
Your Majesty, I must... If, however, we insist my king, a people is to their nation as wild...
Cease, Gundafar. Your mind. As for my son Kubad...
What are you saying, my noble king? When he was falsely accused, now you would turn me away?
The justification is that my word, not yours, is the law of the land. Cease and be gone, Gundafar, so you may spend the rest of your days with your wife.
What has become of the king that I served with my life? Fanaticism has robbed him of all...
I must think of a way to...
Brilliant acting, Darbil.
I saw you approaching us in the middle of the...
Not at all. Far from it. When we first got to know each other, he...
Nice to meet you. Any friend of Kaya's is a friend of... To be perfectly honest, I wasn't making a... I was already pretty good at telling stories. Full disclosure, we had to put this little... Anyway, we're all good enough at acting to get through the... So I got a student from the academy.
I could tell that you've had someone tighten up...
Ah, that's good. Well...
Sure, why not? I don't have anything. Tickets for two, please.
There's no need for tickets. We've actually found a sponsor for this performance, too. I doubt we'll be able to keep him for the...
Darbil Asgar still hasn't shown up for the next scene.
My apologies. I have to get ready for the upcoming scene. I'll...
Would you two like to order some food? What can I get you?
Ah, bear with us a moment. I was at Port Ormo. He's a good guy. There's a lot of fun to be had. That's my secret formula for staying. Thanks for waiting. We'll take you up on that tandoori roast chicken. We've got good seats. Close. We can watch the show as we eat. If I remember correctly, the next scene... But I won't spoil it for you. You have to experience it for yourself. I don't tend to judge a story's worth by my history always repeats itself. When you keep this in mind and what...
Here you are. The check's on the table, too. Just call me over when you're ready to settle up.
No need. I'll pay up front.
Thank you, sir. Oh, but this is too generous.
Call it a token of my gratitude for the...
Thank you so much, sir.
Let's dig in, Trav.
Hey, Kaya. I'm so sorry, but the actor who plays the prince has run into some difficulties and won't be able to make it. We can't do the rest of the show without him, so... I'm really, really sorry, but we'll have to call the show right here.
that would be fun. I wouldn't say... Darbil, would you lose...
Not really. I mean...
Don't worry about that. I like to be spontaneous now and then. Spice things up a little.
Let me think. Well, you already know the story, so you just need to memorize a few lines. Huh, you know... wait, but Kubot has a specific costume. Switching actors is one...
Well, good...
You're kidding. Okay.
Sure.
It's in the restaurant. Follow me.
Gotta say, I think I actually look pretty dapper in this. Uh-oh, not a fan of me as a prince?
Kaya, here's your script for the next scene.
Only one way to find out.
Okay, I think we've covered all your lines and movements on stage. You haven't had long to prepare, so...
All right, I'm good to go.
Great. Then let's get this show on the road.
General Kubot, son of Kabus, the fate of this battle is clear. I beg you, please spare my few remaining men. They no longer have the strength.
Frasyav, though you now lead only the husk, even your most savage warriors have no desire to see further bloodshed. And none among your ranks have opposed these peace talks. General Frasyav, do you...
With my army in ruins, I am in no position... Yes, let us end our hostilities.
We share the desire to lay down our arms. Then as God above is our witness, I hereby declare that I will spare your hostages. My tutor, Gundafar, has already made haste to my...
Prince Kubot, your name is renowned throughout your land.
One will find on a battlefield no master of ceremonies, nor the... I, Kubot, son of Kabus, hereby pledge protection to you and all of your kin. May the oceans be stained red with my blood if I am ever to renounce this oath.
Wow, your friend is so dreamy. He's not a real prince by any chance, is he? Hey, Rashana, you don't want to miss this. The good look...
I return, Your Highness. I hope I'm not too late. Have you already promised peace?
Nay, I am not so rash as to preempt...
My child, I must share with you the gravest...
How can this be? You mean to say that my father has
He has indeed. I urge but far stricter punishment than this. Please heed my warnings, dear child. I dare not...
Nay, the truce must stay. The masses have grown weary of death, and when I departed my beloved, alas, is...
Kaya, the next line...
Must it be so?
Huh? Wait, that's...
My dear audience, I ask you this. Do you believe in fate? Oh? I shall discard this entire...
Wait, but that's not... my dear...
Fate means to send the Fate would see... But I shall not bow to the...
Bravo! Where did this guy come from? Is he one of the new hires?
Shut up.
I, Kubot?
Oh, at least he brought it back in the end.
Prince Kubot, my child, there is no need to be rash. Please bring at least your fortune and the retainers who will always be loyal to you.
Gundafar, my dear mentor. You have always been like a father to me. It brings me only anguish to bid you farewell. But I must walk this path, or freedom dies by my hand. Goodbye, my tribe and kin. Farewell, sweet land of my birth.
Goodbye, my child.
Prince Kuba.
Why, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Feeling more like a fan now? Acting is quite fun. If there ever came a day when I left the Knights of Favonius, I think I might go into acting full-time.
Darbil, could you introduce me to this young man?
My apologies, Master Toos. I somehow missed you in the crowd earlier.
I was some distance away. I just came over near the end after I noticed the large crowd gathered around the stage. The performance was outstanding across the board. I knew that the poor turnout over the past few days was just bad luck. It was only ever a matter of time before you hit it big. The improvised section was particularly good. I think you could include some improvisation as a staple in future performances. As for the prop he threw, no need to get it back. It's fairly cheap anyway.
Thank you, sir. And a big thanks also to our wonderful prince. Had Kaya not agreed to fill in, we might have disbanded right on the spot.
Kaya, was it? Well, young man, I must say you've made quite the impression on me. My caravan is always loaded with the finest food and wines. You're welcome to visit at any time.
Thank you for the invite, sir, but I'm afraid I've reached the end of my time at Sumeru. I'm sure that my friends and family in Mondstadt must be missing me terribly.
Well then, consider it an open invitation. Once you've been bitten by the travel bug, my friend, you'll be getting itchy feet again before too long. My door is always open. If you're ever interested, please ask Darbil to reach out to me. Darbil, we can continue discussions on the sponsorship once you've wrapped up today's show. I'm going back to the inn.
Thank you so much, Master Toos. I'll see you shortly. Seriously, Kaya, thank you for bailing me out again. You're a good guy. May the gods bless you. You know, you should stay for a few more days. I owe you a meal at the very least.
Darbil,
as genius invocation?
Sure, there's no... Okay, I think they're all gone. All right, this should be far enough. Don't think they'll find me here. People were starting to I don't mind socializing, but compared to what about you? Did you enjoy the show? Oh? I was let me think. Perhaps there's an inept god out there. Yeah. Inept is... Anyway, that's Oh, my dear traveler, please don't... Everyone. You and I, if you don't like the script, just walk off the stage and join the audience. You always have a choice. A little too obtuse? Relax. Be your... When I did my little bit of audience, you're still holding on to the intaglio I threw you from the stage, right? It's been the most fascinating day, hasn't it, little birdie?
core! Beg for mercy. Ad Astra. Thank you for completing.
Sucker for a punch, huh?
Happy to oblige.
I'll need
I can put these to good use.
Don't fear. Don't be scared. Anything you need delivered?
Let's move before the... It's all coming out now.
Fire hazard!
That fellow
Crush!
him.
Yeah. Ha.
Where do you think you're going? I'll be
Futile!
A tough crowd.
Rah.
I can put these to good use.
You are not welcome here.
Blood of Frost!
Surrender! Your sins weigh upon your soul. Guilty!
That's time to go to work. New hunt.
Your penance is due! Guilty!
Here comes the fireworks!
Patience.
The fuse is lit! Lighter, please.
Let's end this now.
Everybody stand! That's gonna hurt in the morning.
Shudder!
I'm getting sick.
Judgment is upon you.